Michael Myers from the Halloween movies versus the Terminator from the 1984 Terminator movie. Who takes it, who wins, and why? This has been a video I've wanted to touch base on for quite some time. I think I might have covered it on a previous channel. I don't know, but I know I've wanted to talk about this type of fight because these two are very different, and there's people that have made videos on these two if they ever did come across each other in a fight. Who wins? Who loses, and why? Well, you got to really understand they're both very different from each other. We have the Terminator, the T-800, who's coming from the future, that is consisting of a war between mankind and machines. The Terminators are cybernetic cyborgs in the future that answer to a program called Skynet that's a self-aware computer that had taken over everything in the world and destroyed it. And the remaining human beings are put into a war with the machines. And mankind is led by a resistance leader named John Connor. John Connor is the resistance leader, and in the 1984 film, a Terminator is sent back in time to kill John's mother, Sarah Connor, and prevent his birth and the war from going the way that it is. And the Terminator is sent back to try to kill her. John Connor manages to send one of his soldiers back to 1984, a soldier named Kyle Reese, to confront the Terminator. And the Terminator, upon arriving in Los Angeles, manages to kill every Sarah Connor in the phone book before going after the real one that is related to John Connor. The Terminator also operates on knowledge of firearms. It's got detailed files on its target, but it can look human, it can move human, it can talk human. And on the outside of it, it's human flesh. But on the inside, it's cybernetic steel that can withstand a lot of punishment. Sharp objects really don't do anything to it. Gunfire only slows it down. You can blow its arms and legs off, and it would keep on coming if the CPU chip in its skull is not destroyed. And the Terminator managed to give a bit of a cat and mouse game with Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese in the 1984 film. It even went so far at one point to mimic a relative of Sarah Connor, who Sarah did not know was the Terminator when she talked to her on the phone. The Terminator also went into a police station and brutally killed every police officer in the building. Gunfire on all corners, and it did not drop once. The Terminator really is made of a solid steel that is not found in the present day that Michael Myers is in terms of the time. Meaning that this kind of metal on the Terminator's body is going to be very, very hard for Michael Myers to even penetrate, let alone stop. And Michael Myers is someone who's very durable, someone who has got beyond human strength, someone who can take punishment. He mainly uses the darkness and stealthy attacks to strike opponents when they don't see him whatsoever. He is great at disappearing from tight places. He has killed people that he gets to drop on instantly that you think they have all the bases covered, and then he strikes them like nothing really was a problem. Michael Myers also mainly relies on a kitchen knife to do most of his killing, but he does use occasional moments where he'll use his bare hands and use impressive feats of strength. He has thrown people great distance. He has snapped necks. He has done things with other weapons to kill people besides the kitchen knife that he uses. And the thing is with Michael Myers, just when you think he is dead, he'll always find some way to come back. And in the Halloween movies, he went after a lot of people, but he did take his fair share of punishment. But also there were times where he could show amazing intelligence for a killer. He was able to switch places with a paramedic in Halloween H2O to trick Laurie Strode into believing that it was him, and she ended up killing somebody who she thought was Michael Myers but wasn't. And Michael also has gotten out of really tight places that look like they're about to come down. He is able to elude a fiery inferno at the Strode house in the 2018 film Halloween. He's able to get the drop on people in crowded places that are surrounded. Realistically, Michael Myers' stealthy abilities are what makes him a big-time threat, and his intelligence. His beyond human strength and his knowledge of killing people, very few people could do the stuff that he has done. And that's always been the case. He has the frightening white mask and the black jumpsuit. He's able to lurk in the shadows, and he strikes people when they do not expect it. And in this fight with the Terminator, Michael would likely turn this into a game of hit and move. And he does have the intelligence to really compete with the Terminator in this kind of fight. He doesn't have to put the Terminator down right away. He's going to hit and move. He's going to use power-based attacks. He's going to try to keep the pressure on the Terminator to where the machine will make mistakes. And the biggest obstacle to remember is that even though the Terminator uses firearms, Michael Myers can still get up from that. He's been shot many times over and he brushes it off like it's nothing. And I do believe that his intelligence would allow him to get some hits in on the Terminator, but then you have to get into the fact that the Terminator's cybernetic body is not going to be phased by kitchen knives. Michael's not going to be able to strangle the Terminator. It has no lungs. The Terminator also does not sleep. He doesn't get tired. It doesn't fear. It doesn't feel remorse or pity. And in the words of Kyle Reese, it absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead. And the Terminator preferably uses assault rifles and other weapons. But if it was to come down to using its bare hands, Michael is strong, but the Terminator is much stronger. The Terminator also, with its cybernetic arms in its hands, could punch right through Michael and rip him apart like he would paper. Yes, it would take an effort of the Terminator to do so, but eventually Michael will end up dying. He will not be able to hold up to that. Combined, even if Michael uses stealthy attacks, he might get one or two on the Terminator, but the Terminator is able to see in the dark. Terminators can track Michael a great distance away without Michael even seeing it. The Terminator took explosives at close range from an exploding gas tank or gas truck and still managed to come out of the fire like nothing had ever happened and keep coming after Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese. The Terminator is going to keep coming regardless if Michael stabs it. And people are going to say, well, Michael might be able to actually knock the Terminator's head off. It's debatable. Michael's got strength to do a lot of that to human people, but against a machine, more than likely not, because the metal on the Terminator's body is so strong that Michael will end up breaking his hand. Yes, he's strong. Yes, he can do damage, but one swing and the Terminator will just take the hit and keep coming. And I really do not believe that Michael will be able to find ways to put the Terminator down for good that he normally would not use. In this fight, he would have to find some way to stay away from the Terminator, but make sure it does not strike him. Because if that kind of thing doesn't happen in this fight and Michael stupidly engages the Terminator head to head, the Terminator is going to walk right over Michael and that'll be it. Michael Myers, he's tough, he's strong, he's durable, but you're talking about a hardened cyborg made of steel that is from a future that is under war all the time. A machine that does not ever feel. A machine that never gets tired. Eventually, Michael will have to go somewhere to recover from the damage that he takes in this fight. And you got to keep in mind also in the Halloween movies, Michael can be rendered unconscious for a long period of time. We've seen that at the end of Halloween 4 when the police gunned him down and Michael fell down the mine shaft and then for one whole year was in a coma. The Terminator getting shot is not going to do anything to it. But that kind of idea is that Michael can still take pain and punishment and will need time to recover. And that is what will happen when the Terminator tracks him down to a location when he's weakened and he kills Michael instantly. So while Michael Myers is strong and durable and tough, he has nothing in this fight that's going to save him. The T-800, the Terminator, is going to win. But that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section down below. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you later.